I've missed sports anime. I've missed the feeling of experiencing a sports anime. The rise and the fall, the growth and the struggle, the stories and the journeys. I've missed the thrilling, electrifying battles of Blue Lock, the soul-crushing, heart-touching moments of Aoashi, the cathartic, poetic journeys of Haikyuu. I've missed rooting for an underdog as he defies all the odds. I've missed watching a genius struggle with his own perfection. I've missed the training arcs, the rivalries, the failures, the successes. In search of that familiar feeling, in search of that inspiration, I stumbled across a single story. A story about a beautiful place, the Diamond. In that diamond stands a group of worthy individuals who each hunger for the ultimate dream that lies beyond, who hunger to declare themselves on the grandest stage in Japan, the baseball paradise known as Koshien. This is the journey of a boy trying to find his place amongst geniuses and monsters, heroes and veterans. This is the tale of a young man striving to become the ace, to carry his team forward unto the greatness of Koshien. This is a story of failure and despair, of redemption and hope, of tears and goosebumps. This is that feeling I've been searching for all along. This is Ace of the Diamond. The blazing heat of a Japanese summer crashes down on an intense baseball practice, where, amidst the thunderous roar of swinging bats and flying balls, amidst prodigies, geniuses, and heroes, we see a lone figure running in the distance. The young man runs and he runs, desperately chasing the backs of his peers as they pull further and further away from him. His rivals grow stronger and stronger, his opponents evolve further and further, and in that endless marathon towards greatness, he finds himself stumbling, crashing, falling. Yet, no matter how many times he breaks, no matter how many times he fails, Sawamura Eijun always gets back up. A left-arm pitcher whose unique form makes it so that even he doesn't know where the ball will go. That is where Sawamura Eijun, our protagonist, begins his tale, when a scout named Takashima Rei notices this rare ability in him. Unfortunately, his entire life, Eijun has been playing with players who are at a much lower level than him, which is why his potential has yet to be unleashed. Rei offers Eijun a chance to join her school, Seido High, one of the best baseball high school teams in Tokyo. However, Eijun doesn't want to leave his lifelong friends and teammates behind and move to Tokyo, so Rei invites him to first check out Seido for himself. Seido's environment and facilities impress Eijun, but when he sees a senior being tough on one of the players, he steps up to the bully. One thing leads to another, and Eijun faces off against the cocky senior in a one-on-one battle, and in the process meets Miyuki Kazuya, the person who is to be his catcher or partner. However, when everything seems to go wrong, when Eijun seems to perform terribly, Miyuki walks up to him and tells him something that changes his life, his entire perspective on baseball. Did you know? The best pitches are works of art, produced by the pitcher and catcher, working as one. Inspired by that line and working together with a high-level catcher for the first time in his life, under the guidance of Miyuki, Eijun throws a pitch like never before. Eijun experiences a moment of pure bliss where he learns the absolute scope of this sport and the insane level at which high school baseball is truly played. And so, in order to experience that feeling once more, in order to reach greater heights, in order to stand on the pitcher's paradise known as the mound, Eijun accepts the offer and sets his sights on reaching Koshien. However, the path to the top is nowhere near easy, especially for someone like Eijun. After all, he dreams of becoming the ace, the player who is regarded as the best pitcher of his team, dominating the mound all on his own and donning the number 1 on his back. The journey of Sawamura Eijun is a legendary yet slow one. His rise to greatness is gradual, tough, frustrating, but unbelievably rewarding. Indeed, compared to many other sports protagonists, Eijun's path to the top might be the most realistic journey I've ever witnessed. I honestly didn't like Eijun at first. I thought he was too loud and annoying, careless and naive. But suddenly, when reality comes crashing down on him, when he learns about the true weight of what it means to play professionally, his character develops beautifully. His energy becomes endearing, his maturity admirable, and watching him grow is a slow but wonderful experience. One of the main concepts Ace of the Diamond focuses on is that of consistency and form. A player could be having the best game of his life one day, but the very next and the day after, he proceeds to have his worst. How does a player combat that? How does one bounce back from failure, from being out of form? Eijun has to go through these very real periods of struggle, where he has to face himself and really think about his game on a deep level. After all, he can't go his entire career throwing off of instinct. He has to learn the intricate, subtle mechanics behind baseball. He has to learn those little things. After all, it's the little things that separate the good from the great. Not to mention, another main focus of this story is that of mentality and mindset. The power of the mind is absolutely key in sports, often being the differentiator between winners and losers. Through failing and facing tough losses, Eijun goes through this arduous process of forging his mind to handle high-pressure, delicate situations. And all of this while fiercely competing against the monstrous third-year ace Tamba, the experienced second-year sidearmer Kawakami, and a first-year prodigy, Furuya, who seems leaps and bounds beyond Eijun's reach. The truth is, Eijun is no born genius. He is no prodigy. His journey is that of accepting his weapons for what they are and making use of them as best as he possibly can. Yes, he has to work much harder than his peers. He has to look for tricks in places no one has looked. But that is the price to reach the top. And luckily, Eijun is the kind of guy to pay it tenfold. Watching this boy go through heaven and hell to hone his skills, to secure a spot on the team, to play in big games, is glorious. Let me assure you, when Eijun gets his moments to shine, they will always leave you with that feeling of pure, raw hype. Sawamura Eijun's journey is one of those sports journeys, an emotional masterpiece that will get the chills going and tears flowing. As much as I love Eijun though, Ace of the Diamond doesn't feel like the story of one main character taking on the world of baseball. It feels like the journey of an entire team, a group of unique individuals chasing their goal of playing at Koshien. This is the tale of Seido High, which for me is one of, if not the best team portrayed in sports anime, filled with lively characters who each have a burning desire to play baseball. In a team consisting of 93 members, with more being introduced in later seasons, I was surprised by how many of these characters were actually interesting and nuanced. The focus isn't just on Aejun and a few of his friends, it's also on the second and third year students. We see their struggles, their journeys, and each of them have moments that left an impact on me. Whether it's the powerful ace Tamba, the prodigy catcher Miyuki, the stoic teacher Chris, the nervous pitcher Kawakami, the monstrous captain Yuki, the speedy runner Kuramochi, I mean, I could truly keep going on and on and on and on. And I haven't even mentioned the man who holds this team together. The leader who pushes his soldiers past their limits. The mentor who guides his students towards success. The father who nurtures his sons for greatness. This is the great coach himself, Tesshin Kataoka. For me, Kataoka is a strong contender for the greatest coach in sports anime, from his backstory to his purpose to his bond with the players. The relationship between Kataoka and his players is so much more than we see on the surface. He's like a second father to these kids, who have each been given life-changing notes, advice, lessons from this one man. Because of this powerful bond between the boys and their coach, it's a heartwarming realization that the players aren't just playing for their personal goals or futures, they're also playing for their coach and his dream. Oftentimes, even in real life, it's teams like these who bring each other up, help each other grow, are happy in each other's happiness. It's these kinds of teams that go on to perform in big moments and big tournaments. Seido as a team is a joy to experience, and even when things don't go their way, even when their situations look dire, they always find a way out, together. Among the beautiful journeys of Sawamura Aejun and the players of Seido, I found just as appealing the tales of their adversaries. From the genius ace Narumiya to the disciplined beast Shun, from the speed demon Hongo to the run monster Raichi, every major team has at least one character I fell in love with. Someone who, by the end of the game, despite being the antagonist, I kind of wanted to root for. A part of that, of course, is the unique and overwhelming skills that they showcase, but more importantly, it's their backstories, their struggles, their motivations that always manage to captivate me. After all, they're not evil monsters setting out to do evil things. They're people just like the rest of us. People who love baseball just as much as our main characters, and those are my favorite kinds of antagonists. The antagonists in this story are seriously some of the best I've ever witnessed, each of them feeling fresh, unique, and most importantly, deeply human, just like any of us. That is the beauty of Ace of the Diamond. If you love sports anime as much as I do, I wholeheartedly recommend Ace of the Diamond. Yes, it is a bit long with over 150 episodes, but man is it worth it. I didn't even notice how quickly those episodes passed, and it was nice to go back to that nostalgic vibe of watching long but hype anime. In this story of failure and despair, of redemption and hope, of tears and goosebumps, I finally found that feeling I had been searching for. The rise and the fall, the growth and the struggle, the stories and the journeys. Truly, this is the best sports anime no one talks about. This is Ace of the Diamond.